Hello everyone, welcome to Tennis Fan Video. Alexandra Eala's impact on tennis is one of the most well-documented phenomena within the game. After all, she's impossible to ignore, having swiftly gone from an unknown talent to arguably one of the faces of the sport. The 20-year-old certainly backs up the hype with her performances too, and with her latest win at Indian Wells has set up a mouth-watering third-round clash with Coco Gauff. Even before she beat Diana Yastremska though, Coco Vandeweghe was praising Alexandra Eala for the impact she continues to have on tennis. Alex Ela praised for her impact on tennis once again. Speaking on Tennis Channel Live, the pundit reacted to watching footage of Eala engaging with her fans. Pictured signing autographs and taking pictures, Vandeweghe explained why. Once again, the Filipina is great for tennis. She claimed, "This is so great for tennis in general, I think, having players like Alex out there. She's so gracious to all her fans. She spends time with her fans, signs the autographs, takes the photos, and really just shows the Filipino community that is all about the Philippines. And I still carry that flag with me no matter where I go across the world, and such a young woman that has that wisdom of just what it means to play for her country." Eala spoke about her upcoming match against Gauff earlier today, which will be the second time she has played the American in just under a month. The Alex Ela effect is only growing. Since her emergence onto the scene just last year, Eala's rise in stature and up the rankings has been phenomenal. And now, she sits just outside the top 30 and seems like a genuine threat to whoever is across the net from her. Her impact reaches far beyond just the court though, having quickly amassed arguably the biggest fan base in tennis. Despite her modest standing within the sport, she fills whichever stadium she plays in, leaving many more forced to queue outside should the arena not be fit for the demand. Not only that, but any videos of her, whether they be press conferences, interviews, or just footage of her practicing, garner far more views than any of her peers. What's even more promising is the fact that this is only the beginning. The Alex Ela effect will only continue to grow. In the sprawling desert courts of Indian Wells, where tennis legends clash under the searing California sun, a young Filipina sensation quietly carved out a moment that would resonate far beyond the scoreboards. Alexandra Alex Ela, a name already whispered with promise in tennis circles, drew attention not just for her remarkable skills, but for something far subtler yet equally powerful: her conduct on and off the court. In an era where sportsmanship often gets overshadowed by fiery rivalries and social media dramas, Ela's behavior stood as a testament to what many pundits now call great for tennis. It wasn't her forehands or backhands that earned the headlines. It was her poise, her humility, and the way she carried herself under the weight of expectation. Indian Wells, often dubbed the fifth Grand Slam, is no stranger to young talents bursting onto the scene, but it is also a place where nerves can betray the most seasoned of professionals. Opponent. Yeah, she approached the net not with a scowl or a sarcastic gesture, but with a warm handshake and a genuine smile. Cameras caught it. Commentators noted it. Fans took notice. "What she's doing here is more than just winning matches," remarked a longtime WTA coach during a post-match interview. "It's about setting an example. The way she respects her opponents, interacts with the crowd, and maintains composure under pressure, it's great for tennis. It reminds everyone what the sport is truly about." Ela's journey to Indian Wells was already a story worth telling. She had battled the challenges familiar to any young athlete: rigorous training schedules, international travel, media scrutiny, and the constant internal dialogue of self-doubt. But what sets her apart is how she channels these pressures into presence rather than performance anxiety. Unlike many of her peers, she has mastered the art of being fully present, fully aware, and fully engaged, not just in the game, but in the culture and spirit surrounding it. During a particularly tense moment in the tournament, Alex faced a questionable line call. The crowd murmured, some voices laced with frustration. Yet instead of reacting with anger or disappointment, she calmly requested a review, nodded respectfully when the ruling stood, and returned to her baseline with an unshakable focus. It was a subtle gesture, but one that encapsulated her maturity. Analysts later highlighted this incident as a textbook example of how young athletes can assert themselves while maintaining decorum, a balancing act that is often elusive in professional sports. Her interactions off the court were just as compelling. At a press conference, reporters tried to probe her about potential rivalries or controversial moments from previous matches. Alex responded with thoughtful, measured answers, steering the conversation towards gratitude for her coaching team, respect for fellow competitors, and excitement for the next challenge. Her words weren't rehearsed sound bites. They reflected a genuine philosophy. Tennis is as much about character as it is about skill. Fans and social media quickly caught on. Clips of Eala's gestures of sportsmanship went viral. A slow-motion replay of her consoling a young bald kid who had tripped during a rally garnered thousands of likes, with captions praising her kindness and maturity beyond her years. Another fan highlighted her post-match interview, noting how she emphasized learning from every point, win or lose, rather than dwelling on mistakes. In a digital age often obsessed with scandal and outrage, Alex's demeanor felt like a breath of fresh air. Veteran players also took notice. Some approached her during practice sessions to commend her attitude. "She's a reminder of why I love this game," one WTA star reportedly said. "You see someone so young yet so grounded, and it inspires you to elevate not just your play but your behavior. That's rare." The praise wasn't just for optics, it reflected a deeper impact on the sport itself. Tennis, particularly at the women's level, has faced challenges in terms of public perception. While athletic excellence remains paramount, fan engagement often hinges on relatability, role models, and stories of integrity. Alex Ela's conduct provided a narrative that transcended wins and losses. It became a conversation starter. Can the next generation of players elevate tennis not only through talent, but through example? With her presence at Indian Wells, the answer seemed to lean emphatically toward yes. What also resonated with observers was Alex's ability to balance ambition with humility. Winning matches at this level can easily inflate egos, yet she consistently attributes success to her team, her family, and the sport itself. Her social media posts reflect gratitude and introspection rather than self-promotion. Even in moments of victory, there is a sense of groundedness, an acknowledgement that her journey is part of a larger continuum in tennis history. It's a perspective that endears her not just to fans in the Philippines, but to the global tennis community. For young athletes watching from around the world, Alex's Indian Wells performance offered a lesson that extends beyond technique. It is a lesson in composure, respect, and the power of positive presence. The way she navigated setbacks, engaged with peers, and remained gracious under the spotlight models behavior that can influence generations. Coaches are now citing her as an example of how attitude can complement talent, and sports psychologists highlight her as a case study in emotional regulation under high stakes. As the tournament progressed, her play continued to impress, but the narrative had shifted subtly. People weren't just talking about the points she won, they were talking about how she won them. Each rally, each handshake, each interaction contributed to a tapestry of conduct that elevated the sport's image. By the time she exited the tournament, whether through victory or defeat, the applause wasn't just for her shots, but for her heart and mind. In post-tournament interviews, when asked about the praise she had received for her conduct, Alex responded with characteristic grace. "I just try to be myself," she said. "Tennis is a sport I love, and I want to show that love in how I play and how I treat others. If that inspires someone, that's wonderful, but for me, it's about being genuine." That statement, simple yet profound, encapsulates why Alexandra Eala is being hailed as great for tennis. In a world where sports often mirror the pressures and cynicism of broader society, her approach is a reminder that excellence is multifaceted. Skill may win matches, but character wins hearts and shapes the future of the game. Indian Wells may have been just one tournament in a long career yet to unfold, but it was a defining moment in terms of reputation and influence. Alexandra Eala didn't just play tennis, she played it with integrity, intelligence, and empathy. And in doing so, she offered a blueprint for what the next generation of tennis stars could aspire to be. Fierce on the court, yet kind, respectful, and inspiring beyond it. Indeed, as pundits, fans, and fellow players have now agreed, that is what makes her truly great for tennis. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next time.